powers adjustments are modified by +4. Very good for transmuting spells. Mythic Charge. Your charge carries the weight of your mythic powers. Charge attacks will deal additional divine damage per mythic rank. You learn to utilize the real power of the shadows. Your shadow spells are 20% more real. Ranging shots. Every time you miss an enemy with a ranged weapon attack, your aim improves, giving you a stacking +1 bonus on attacks against the same enemy up to a maximum of your mythic rank. And again, I claim how ranged have best freaking mythic abilities in the game, at least for the start. It's broken. All 4 of them are fucking broken. I always watch when I hear a notification, Iggy. And I'll change it. You know how lazy I am. Especially when it comes to adjusting settings and similar shit. You get fatigued with rage till level 17. But you can rage non-stop. And you can cure fatigue non-stop with the correct team. You can create a surge of mythic power. You can create a surge of mythic powers that frees you from all magical restraints. 3 times per day, you automatically dispel any effects that make you frightened, dazed, sick and shaken, staggered, nauseated, stunned, paralyzed, or confused. The bigger they are, the easier they are to hit for you. Again, for ranged, you gain a bonus in your attack rolls with ranged weapons equal to the penalty to armor class the target receives from their size, if any. Why is it so broken for ranged? First one for monk. Once per round, where melee attack misses the target, you deal 2d6 plus 1d6 per 2 mythic rank sonic damage to all enemies in 10 feet radius. Are you shitting me? When I miss, so every time when I miss, I'll hit, and every time when I hit, this shit won't trigger. Does that mean I'll always get a hit? It says once per round. Whenever you miss, you hit. And wherever you hit, you don't get this. Thundering blows. Unrelenting assault. As long as you keep fighting, the power of melee attacks keeps growing. Every turn, as long as you make at least 1 melee attack, gain a stacking +2 bonus damage rolls with melee weapons, up to a maximum +10. That lasts until the end of combat. Your inner fortitude is so strong that it lets you overcome most debilitating conditions. At any time, you will become paralyzed, you become staggered. If you become nauseated, you become sickened. You become shaken instead of frightened. I'm thinking between Thundering Blows and Leading Strike, because Leading Strike is also extremely good. But I'll take Thundering Blows. There's nothing like for a pure tank, you know. Not a single spell for a pure tank, something that gives for shield, for example. Nothing for shield. I play a freaking shield better, there is no shield mythic ability. What were they thinking? That they gave everything to ranged? And let's say this Thundering Blows and the leading thing, the mages also have something cool. Healers have a lot of mythic abilities. But tanks don't have a single mythic ability. Not a single one. Take thundering blows. Done. What's our level? Do you got new ones? You got a abundant smite. Bypass epic damage reduction. You learn the way to increase the number of uses of smite evil. Domain zealot. Distracting shots. Expose vulnerability. A ranged weapon. Do I give you thundering blows too? Or do I give you a leader? I'm gonna give you a leading strike. Because I wanted to take leading strike. Maybe I should have reversed it, but fuck it. Just fuck it. Who have I clicked? Monk. Ah. The bigger they are. Ranging shots. Every time you miss an enemy with a ranged weapon, your aim improves. Stacking bonus so you can actually hit. You know what? Land hurts. But he tends to miss a lot. And with this, he can actually score a hit. Distracting shots will get a penalty to armor class against melee attacks equal to half your mythic rank. Cleaving shot, critical damage. Or reduce the target to 0. You deal your weapon damage to all other enemies in 10 feet radius. I'll take. Expose vulnerability also for ranged weapons is freaking broken. Every third hit with a ranged weapon against the same enemy deals additional damage for 2 mythic ranks. But for the first one, I want to make sure I hit enemies. So increasing hit chance. We're gonna improve aim. All of them are cool, to be honest. Eldritch Scoundrel. Now this is a good question. What to take? What to fucking take here? For Eldritch Scoundrel. Whenever you make an attack of opportunity, you can't be a leader, you're a fucking thief. I'm not allow that. Become unkillable, immune to damage that would make you unconscious. Charge. You learn to utilize the real power of shadows. Your shadow spells are 20% more real. What do you mean 20% more real? What? They were fake now, so now they're gonna be 20% more real. What is the benefit of being more real? You're harder to spot. We get thundering blows. I get it, I get it. Who have I took now? Scroll 70. Increased number of spells you can cast per day. I believe it's that. We shouldn't go for anything else. There is elemental barrage. We go with abundant casting. 1098. Jesus Christ. Now what I do with you? You also cast a lot. 998. Abundant casting. I like abundant casting, it's broken, goddammit. That's 30 spells to cast. Not a joke. That's a lot.
Open your heart to me. You are my favorite aid. Anything new?
Luckily they don't use wisdom, since I'm out of restoration.
A bright future
Everyone
awaits us.
is mortal in this world, especially when I'm around.
And what remained out of this? It doesn't glow anymore. Eight hours passed. I also looted everything, by the way. All of that gear, just to sell that.
Make way. Warrior Queen coming through with a round for the heroes. Whoa, the heart is packed. And you considered nixing this little shindig, Beth?
I did consider it, and I am still considering it. It hasn't even been a week since the last demon was booted out of Canabras. And we really should be in a period of mourning for all the city's fallen. But the people deserve to celebrate. And he deserves to be honored for saving the city and possibly all of Mendov.
We did it together.
But someone did more than the rest of us. Don't deny your achievements. There will always be plenty of miserable folk only too happy to tear you down.
According to the Watch reports, there has been no demon activity whatsoever outside Canabras. I get the feeling the fiends are as shocked by what happened as we are. What happened in the garrison, what you did, it was a miracle. I truly believe that the gods remembered us and decided to intervene.
Beth, come on, you agreed. No serious business today.
All right, I'm done. No more. Who would have thought we'd be celebrating a successful attack on the Grey Garrison, our own fortress, and that we'd blow the roof off the place?
It's simply unforgivable.
While we're on the topic of the roof, there's already a rumor going around that you have been blessed by Iomade herself. And it was her power granted to you that destroyed the garrison's walls and roof. And it turns out the people want a little piece of that blessing for themselves. The townsfolk are gathering chunks of the garrison's rubble as souvenirs and talismans. And I'm sure they'll hit the black market soon enough. Oh, yeah. Here, breathe on this for me. For good luck.
Breathe on the stone. We need all the luck we can get.
Nice. I'll put it on display at home. Or maybe I'll make a hole in it and wear it as a pendant.
Nevi! What are you on about now?
What do you mean? Do you see many people at this table who've been personally blessed by Iomade herself?
Well, a couple perhaps.
Iomede's blessings are not conveyed through stones, and as public officials, we really shouldn't.
I feel a little chastened after what you said about public officials. But I myself have acquired a few pieces of stone and also wish to ask our hero to breathe on them for good luck. So, what now? Are you going to toss me out of this fine establishment?
Queen Galpri.
Your Majesty.
Yes, it is I. I made the journey here to deduct the cost of repairing the garrison roof from your salary. We have not been introduced. Galfrey of Mendev.
Woman raises from her seat, approaches you and holds out her hand. Kiss her hand. The rumors of your beauty were not exaggerated.
Thank you for the compliment. So, this is what he looks like. The one all Mendev is talking about. News of your deeds reached me even before my messengers could.
Your Majesty, we were just... I'll have them arrange.
Calm yourself, Commander. I deliberately came here without any fanfare because I did not wish to draw attention away from our honored hero here. My personal guard and the force I brought with me are standing watch outside the city. I ordered all your sentries to stand down. They also deserve a break. Every person who tirelessly fought to save Canabris will enjoy themselves today. And my reinforcements will ensure peace and order.
You join our celebration, Your Majesty.
Please, don't Your Majesty me. We are in a tavern, not my court in Nerosian. Address me as you would any comrade in arms. Concerning the celebration, as you can see, I already invited myself. I couldn't pass up the chance to meet the new hero all the Crusaders are talking about. And soon, not just Crusaders.
You're here celebrating while the demons might be planning their next campaign.
Oh, I do not doubt that, even for a moment. But we will not give them another chance to catch us off our guard. It is time to turn back the tide.
Your Majesty, my dear cousin.
Count, I admit I was surprised to learn that you valiantly joined the ranks of the city's defenders. Pleasantly surprised.
I live to please you, my queen. My first thought when Daskari cruelly robbed us of noble Terendelev and half of Canabris' crusaders in one fell swoop was of you, my queen, and of how these events would weigh heavily on you. No one could have foreseen the demon attack, and we have so successfully held the defense here for 4 heroic crusades.
I'm going to drown him in the nearest well this very night.
I value your dedication and your eloquence. I hope you will continue to aid our soldiers.
Not a chance. You know that I am not made for the front lines. Excellent bash, but alas, I really must go. Important matters to be getting on with. A new shipment of wine from Kionin and 3 beautiful creatures of the same provenance. but I will most assuredly come to say my farewells before your army departs on its campaign, which, wherever it may lead you, will undoubtedly be crowned with victory.
I shall hold you to that, Count. And now allow me to devote some time to the hero of the evening. I did not come here solely to give you this chance to celebrate, but all serious discussions and official announcements can wait until tomorrow. I have big plans for all of you, especially for you. But I want to keep you in suspense for a little while longer, so I shan't say another word. Let us mark this victory. My first toast is to you, the hero of Canabris. Now, what are we drinking?
The fires of Canabris have died down. Now the army's path leads to the walls of Dresden, a fallen citadel that the Crusaders have been trying in vain to reclaim for 70 years. The new piece on the board might give their efforts some added momentum.
That's a big map.
Rise, warriors. Today is a day of sorrow and pride. Sorrow because we weep for our brothers and sisters who perished in Canabris. Pride because despite demonic treachery, our heroes repelled the attack and saved the city. I, Queen Godfrey of Mendev, declare this day the first day of the Fifth Crusade. And I am glad to introduce the one who will lead the attack on the forces of the Abyss. The hero of Canabris, Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. Your leader from now unto victory or death. And now it's time to rest. Everyone is dismissed. There. The troop review is finished. I'll give you some time to look around the camp, and then I shall expect your presence at headquarters.
Dark Horn in my inventory, which is significantly better than the Masterwork Spiked Heavy Shield item your character equipped. When have I looked at that and what the fuck is that? What is a Dark Horn? Mio. Is that tutorial fucking around with me? Cause I don't see a better shield. I just don't see it. Ah, Crusaders camp. He wants to leave. Just in case, if he really wants to leave, okay. And what's wrong with him? He's got a mythic level too. And a regular level. And a mythic one. Can choose one spell level 3 now. Animate Date, Arconora. 1 minute per level. Takes -2 penalty on attack rolls. Bestow Curse, Contagion, Serious Wounds, Delay Poison, Communal. Spell Magic, Magical Vestment. Prayer. Remove Curse, remove Disease, remove Blindness, Resist Energy, Communal. Searing Light, Summon Monster 3. I like Arconzora, I like Animate Dead, and for fucking sure I like Prayer. I guess Poison, Delay, Communal will be needed for later, as well as Resist Energy, Communal. Removals, I can get them with scrolls, but we're gonna take Prayer, because Prayer is broken. Now let's see his mythic pack. Abundant Casting, I guess. There is that healer. That thing where you can teleport and heal. With Abundant Casting, 12, 10, 8. Well, 10, 8. For fucking real. 8 uses of Prayer. Lesser Restoration. Cure Moderate Wounds. Blast Cure Light. It's also good on him, you know. That thing that gives bonus slots. 1, 2, and 3. There is that thing where you become... What was it? A state of battle meditation. While in this state you're unable to move. You lose dexterity bonus to armor class and count as being staggered. All allies will gain a morale bonus to attack and damage rolls and saving throws against fear effects equal to 1 plus battle meditation. He is useless, he's there to heal, to channel energy, and to remove negative effects. Because he's completely useless in combat, he can be useful as a statue. Statue that boosts everyone around him. Although there are sure at least 3 or 4 good mythic feats to acquire for a healer. At least. Ember. We pick a new Hex. I think it's gonna be an Evil Eye. Or Misfortune. By Evil Eye, I believe it's better. Protective Luck is also straight broken. Ward is great. There are so many good things to take. We're gonna get Evil Eye. So, for level 3, I believe there is no better thing in the game than heroism. And for her mythic path, abundant casting is probably the best thing to take. For those extra spells. And what's a beneficial curse? This is only specific to Witch. The curses can also be a blessing, and now you know how to use them. You gain an additional Oracle curse because it's stigmatized Witch. But it gives you no penalties. You can pick a curse without penalties. For fucking real. No penalties. I can take Hellbound without penalties. I can Charm, immunity to fire. Immune to fatigue. Speed is never reduced by armor. Packs pustules to your list of second level Oracle spells. Increases the DC of any disease effect. Powerless Prophecy. Insight bonus on initiative. Glitter Dust and Mirror Image. Confusion. Insanity. Immune to sick and immune to disease. Get bite damage. Game is fucking crazy. Do I still recommend Ward Priest? They have a lot of different kinds of Ward Priest and the base version of Ward Priest. I play Shield better, okay? Why wouldn't I recommend? They're great, but they differ. They're very different. Depends on the subclass. What do you mean, do I pretend to use all? Do I intend to use all companions? I intend to use all companions. Do I ever plan to sleep? Today I'll finish earlier. Definitely, because as you can see, I'm fucking dead. I woke up tired. Sicken. Fatigue. Or I just get extra spells. The extra uses of heroism is fucking broken. This is whatever. And this is whatever. No, I can't. Nah. Something else. Something else. It ain't good. I would take abundant casting. I don't like spells for a witch at all. They're useless. Witch Wandering Hex. You can make your patron give you additional powers. This will let you select any witch hex and grants you the ability to use the selected hex. You lose the ability to use the hex after choosing another hex with it. What? You can make your patron give you additional powers. This ability lets you select any witch hex and grants you the ability to use the selected hex. You lose the ability to use the hex after choosing another hex with this ability. You lose ability to use the hex after choosing another hex with this ability. The hex I pick, I lose ability to use it if I choose another hex with Witch Wandering Hex. So you can't stack them, you can only take one. And it lets you select any witch hex while in combat. I don't need it. I don't need it. I guess you can select any witch hex and you're not supposed to choose any other hex when you level up. That's how it works. It gives you all hexes. I'm not sure, I would need to test though. And now it's not the time to test, so... what did I say? Not abundant casting. Beneficial curse, some out of these. Bonus on saving throws, bonus on saving throws. Immune to fatigue, Pax Pustules. The DC of any disease effect you create. You're immune to the effects of disease. For inside bonus on initiative. Improved uncanny dodge. Add glitter dust and mirror image to your list of spells known. We take pranked. And we immediately receive new spells. Which I like a fucking lot, you know. I need to take a piss. And we gotta explore the camp. Can't wait to see what's there. Be right back. Very, very fast. Newsla. Newsla. Geçiş. Imitate. Molim. Kako? Samo stavi u hodnik, sad da nema ovaj malo. Slobodno. Čim završim... Slobodno. Mijuslave. Mijuslave, Mijuslave. Mijuslave Seranja. Šta brr brr? Šta brr brr? Sam ti dao da jedeš? Čuti me. Čuti. Tišina. Mio, mio. Mios. Oh, there's Mew. That's a Whiskas cat. Ugh. No, this is Lord. Alright. This one was born in this house. The only one that was born here is him. His mother is Maine Coon. His father is some type of Bengal. And he's a mix of Maine Coon and Bengal. He's a noble. And he's the only one in the house not neutered or sterilized. He kept his balls on for 4 years now. The only one. The lucky one. Mew fucked more cats than you can imagine, goddammit. I think he fucked 6 or 7 of them. In total, so far, for 4 years. Yeah, I mean them. I'll be blunt, you don't intrigue me, not in a way I obviously had in mind, but you're a valuable companion, you could have stayed in my party. You know, I would like if you stayed, you intrigue me too. If you feel you don't belong here, go, but I'd like to see you again someday in the future to get to know you better. Throw a banquet for me to celebrate our victory in Dresden. What do you say? Get lost. Well, I'll be blunt, you don't intrigue me, not in a way I obviously had in mind, but you're a valuable companion. You could have stayed in my party. I got 11 cats and 2 dogs. He intends to wait until the army departs. Farewell, Commander. We lost Oracle. Now you can go. One more check. Now you can go.
Move out.
Like I give up. Lemkin the Cyclops. Rubbledum the Actor. Harifan the Actor. Grandma Gretlen. Oh, we got those artists that we saved. Oh my god, we gotta spend some time here, man, in the camp. The ones we saved in Kenabres. We gotta put a play about your legendary feats. They decided against using a ritual to summon real demons. Got a pig and some piglets who ran away from a burned out village. Put the piglets in a box and scared them a little, and they sound make just like approaching a demon horde. The most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the great Knight Commander. We had right Barney over it, breaking a number of lenses as well as a shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratchers. Just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us. We have 2 candidates that are most suited to the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, Commander. I'm to be played by a gnome. A Cyclops actor. Don't you have any other actors who even vaguely resemble me? They're small and poorly funded. We only have few actors. I'm to be a Cyclops. It's completely tame. Yo god, in our show you mainly just make short heroic exclamations at the fateful moment, like onward, we'll never give up, or my heart burns with courage. Lemkin can definitely handle the script. And a gnome. Not a gnome, 2 gnomes. One of them will sit on the other's shoulders and put on long coats so they can play tall characters. They switch places every so often so each get their moment of fame. That way, you should only have to learn half of the script. Alright, I made my decision. I will be played by the Cyclops. How much food do I need to feed my cats every day? Around 2 kilograms of meat. If I buy canned food, let's say one can is like 70 cents in euros. Around 70 cents, let's say. And they eat 5 cans a day. One can is 400 grams. So how much would be 70 cents multiplied with 5? 140, 280, 300, 3.5 euros a day just for food. Now you add some treats. That would be around $4. If you feed them with canned food, if you feed them with real meat, then would be something like 10 to 15 bucks a day with real meat, raw meat. They eat everything, you know. I teach them to eat everything since they were small. Like fucking everything there is. So I changed that non-stop. The easiest way and the cheapest way and the healthiest way to feed your cats is with eggs. You fry eggs. They're full with protein. Cats only need protein. And 10 eggs would be around €1. So you can feed the entire house with $1. And it's the healthiest version. But you can do it like on every 3 days or so. I don't know what would be the average, to be honest. For 7 days. For 7 days, let's say they cost around 15 to 30 bucks. For a month, 100 to 150. I'm counting their liters there also. Around 150 bucks a month. That's how much it takes for all of them. Don't care, I'm playing Pathfinder, Robbie, and it's gonna last me for months. New CRPGs will wait because they can't be better than this. Do we got a trader? Lumpkin is my name. I'm Hector. I'd rather shovel horse shit than soldier's grub. Shit smells better. Wouldn't be surprised if it tastes better too. Say there's recruits.
Head on!
See how big in scale this thing is.
I lead, you follow.
Quite big camp. Do I go to the gym? Not in the last few years.
Onwards! Pay attention!
That's why we're roaming around. I fucking knew they're gonna hide something.
Move out! Head on!
Alright, we made a full circle.
I lead, you follow.
Recruits, horses, Courtesan, Diran, Nenio, wizard, storyteller is here. Nurach, Dandivar tent.
Onwards.
Tarbate's tent. Commander's tent. It's a real war camp, fucking hell. Nice, I like it. The beginning of the long road, examine the camp of Eagle's Watch. These are the fighters of your watch. Personally choose every one that's standing. I'm ready to watch for each of them. If Iravet can vouch,
Move out.
it's here. Recruits. They even salute you when you pass. Group of soldiers talking loudly, laughing joyfully and passing around a flask. Give me a sip too to Her Majesty's health. I love the music here. Very nice music.
Over there.
Still discovering shit. Anonymous pamphlet. May Kenabres be damned. Spit on the streets of Kenabres, spit on its granite walls and its stained glass windows. If tomorrow the ground trembles, splits apart and devours the cursed city, will not shed one tear. No one here, not a single soul, deserves any compassion. Everyone who lives in this city is a criminal. If there were any justice in this world, every one of them would be hanging from the gallows. Prelate Hulrun and Queen Galfrey chief among them. Ask anyone on the streets what they know of the mongrels, the answer will be dumb silence. Will lower the eyes of a scoundrel who knows their crimes but doesn't want to think about it. Mongrels. A disgusting nickname, which the residents of the city have given to the brave crusader heroes who defeated the forces of evil but paid for it with their health. Covered with scabs and tumors, bloated and gnarled, they were no longer beautiful enough to be tolerated by the very people they saved. As a reward for their heroism, the city dwellers exiled them to the sewers and damp caves beneath the city. The author of these words went down there and spoke with them. I'll have you know that the ugliest of them is more noble than all the paladins of Mendel, not to mention the head-chopping prelate and his murderous queen. And if any pretend that today's city dwellers aren't responsible for the crime of their grandfathers, then I will spit in their face. For the grandchildren of the exile are still down there, crawling in the mud and eating garbage, and everyone who knows about this and does nothing, and everyone who should know but prefers blissful ignorance. I say they're all guilty, and they repeat the same crime every day. And as long as this doesn't change, any citizen who desires to fight a demon should take a knife and stab themselves in the stomach. For your city has already rotten and you're no better than the demons. And if anyone would repent and right this terrible wrong, they should turn their weapons on the prudish paladins who preach good but defend an order that flies in the face of justice. Down with the paladins, down with the prelate Hulrun, down with Queen Galfrey. Some way to sell gear, see how much money I can acquire, see what items I can buy for the start.
Head on!
Something useful, I hope. The beginning of a find the location of recruits from Nerosian. These are Nerosians. They're only recruits. We'll bring them up to speed. Ha! There's some looting when you get
I
close.
lead. You
Nice.
follow.
A lot of detail. These are the Knights of Kenavres, all that's left of the order that were billeted in the city. We done all. Talk to the army quartermaster. And where would he be? Army quartermaster. Eagle Watch. Orgus Guerm. Campment Nerosian. Who the fuck is a quartermaster?
Onwards!
That's 10. Let's get and see what's this. Any tips how to beat Vrak on the market square? That thing never spawned on my playthrough. And I heard they removed him from the game with the latest patch. So he shouldn't be an issue for you because he shouldn't exist anymore. Verify file's integrity. Then start the game again. Maybe he won't appear. Or just don't kill him, because he's deleted. +2 to Constitution, half plate of Vigor. Interesting, that one is good. That means you're not supposed to fight. Why did the count left? I don't know. I really don't know. We're gonna meet him along the road, for sure. He's just gonna be off for a short time.
Move out! Head on! I lead. You follow.
I think that was everywhere. Chapel tent, field medic. Field medic, let's see field medic. Field hospital.
Onwards!
Camellia is here. What is she playing here? Is she undead? You wanna feed on corpses, do you, Camellia? How did you end up on the battlefield? He volunteered. I wanna find a blacksmith. You claim. Can't speak with companions. Which means I can't speak with a paladin too. Sila. Now that the traveling Canavris is in the past, it's time to visit the camp. Chapel tent.
Move out.
How fit is this tent to be used as our chapel? Even the less pious crusader will come here to say their prayers when the final battle is upon us. I've seen it happen in my previous campaigns.
Head on.
Altar of Torag, the father of creation, the dwarven god of craft and kin. All Deadeye, the god of hunting and farming and the quiet pastoral life. Yomedea, the light of the sword, the goddess of justice and valor and the patron of the crusade. Sanctified, it can protect the area around it from the corruption of the abyss. Altar of Desna, the great dreamer. Altar of Saranrea, the healing light, the goddess of the sun, healing and redemption. What's gonna be here? Her alignment, we already figured it out. Chaotic evil.
I lead. You follow.
She's chaotic evil. I wanted to multi-class her, I don't know when, 2 days ago. And I couldn't pick a monk because she doesn't meet the alignment. Chaotic evil. Storyteller. Have you decided to join the crusade? He's going. He'll try to return to the Crusaders and aid them in the confrontation with the demons after he's done. I hope to meet you again in this world rather than the next. Got a page from the Grey Garrison. Another piece of evidence from the past I have forgotten. Let's see his past. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. My hand touches the stone wall, the cold pierces my palm like the teeth of hungry dog sinking into a piece of meat. I don't take my hand away, I let the stone enjoy my warmth in return for its service. It accepts my cares and my unsacked question. The one it's been asked thousands upon thousands of times, where should I go next? Behind me I hear the loud stomping of the Minotaurs. To guard this god-forsaken place, I tricked and outwitted them, leaving only a trace of my presence. There is a darkness lurking up ahead, honing its swords, claws, and teeth, in hope that a rare traveler visits its lair. Today it will get no one. This labyrinth is alive. Its red-veined stone walls resemble the guts of a huge creature. If you keep still and listen closely, you can hear it breathing in the wind that sweeps through this place. Where do I go from here? Forward to the place whence the wind carried a faint chuckle. Whence comes the faint smell of ash. Whence a few ages ago, Demon Lord Baphomet began his great escape. Are you inside Baphomet's labyrinth? I'm traveling through the Ivory Labyrinth. It's not the most pleasant of my journeys, but it's necessary to reach my goal. How were you able to evade all the dangers of the Ivory Labyrinth? Have you forgotten who you're speaking to? I'm the last Archmage of Kionin. I've been to many dangerous places, and this is just one of the many. It won't be the last. What do you need from the Ivory Labyrinth? An answer to a question, a key to a secret, knowledge that can save many lives. My kinfolk were weaklings and cowards. They ran from danger, but one stood up to my enemy, and Baphomet will give me the weapon to win. Continue. For several years, I've thought about how to defeat Earthfall. My enemy has no flesh, and it's impossible to kill. It blazes through everything in its path. It doesn't enslave, but destroys life itself. I have found the answer. I know how to save my world. Earthfall comes to destroy Golarion. Its strike was brutal and my world barely withstood it. But what if Earthfall was resisted by not one world but several worlds at once? What if Heaven or Elysium come to help the dying Golarion? If I manage to merge my world with another one, meld them together, the power of the disaster will weaken. The denizens of Golarion will be able to temporarily take shelter in a ejected plane. Civilizations will not die, our culture will continue to exist. We will not be forgotten. Baphomet, the cunning and insidious lords of Minotaurs, was once a captive in Asmodeus' prison. But only 10 years passed before Baphomet was able to escape, taking his own prison with him, which later became the Ivory Labyrinth. Such an achievement deserves respect. It is the goal of my research. Moving matter between planes is what interests me now. Stop near strange symbols covering the wall of the labyrinth. I run my hand over them to ensure they're real. Encrypted riddles drawn by Baphomet during his imprisonment. I take out the bark-covered notebook and painstakingly copy the symbols into it. Behind me, 2 Minotaurs are fighting, deceived by the net of spells I have wrapped around myself like a blanket. A bark-covered notebook, the one your mentor gave you? Yes, blinded by my pride, I tore it to pieces when I thought I would not follow my kinfolk. I'm still not going to run, but the knowledge written in this notebook by my former mentor might serve my purpose. The elves managed to open a portal to Severian and keep it open until all our people escape from Golarion. Their covered eyes deserve disdain, but their knowledge is unquestionable. I returned to Keonin and gathered the pieces of my torn notebook. Now it is my sword aimed at the heart of the Earthfall. By combining the wisdom of elves and the cunning of Baphomet, I will save the world. Do you want to connect the planes? Dangerous, difficult, almost impossible. Tell me, is this risk not worth Tassilon's empire perishing before my eyes? Does Golgan, the Cyclops kingdom, deserve death? What about the Abolet Empire? The storyteller moves his lips silently. Another plane will pay for saving Golarion. There will be wars, and then a new world will come. We will survive, we will defeat Earthfall, and history will not condemn the victors. Copy the strange symbols into notebook. Have the slightest idea what these scribbles mean. What was the future Demon Lord thinking when he wrote them, while he was imprisoned in a cell with no way out? Is he still in his right mind? I will need help to understand these notes, otherwise decrypting them might take more time than Pharasma has given me. One of the Minotaurs behind me killed the other one, tore his heart out and devoured it. His bloodstained nose sniffs the air sharply, his bloodshot eyes shift from wall to wall. He senses a stranger, but he doesn't scare me. I'm certain of my powers and the spells hiding me. I've done my work and can now leave this place, and still I linger. What is this strange presence I feel behind me, like someone is watching me despite all the protective spells? Who are you? I ask carefully, not hoping for an answer. Darkness, a coy female voice whispers in my ear. Against my will I shudder. The vision ended at a most interesting moment. Please find the rest of the pages for this bark-covered book. Give him a broken buckle and all the necessary materials. We can finally do it. God damn it. Before he leaves, you need to do it. Piece of a holy symbol magic essence. We received the covenant of the Inheritor. The name of the relic. Is the embodiment of promise made to a young girl by a powerful deity. Great promise that has changed much in the world. When you touch the restored relic, a strange vision comes to you. It's as if you can see the events that happened to it in the past. A burning sensation spreads across your chest from the very spot where your mysterious wounds sometimes open. What is this? The influence of the storyteller's spells, or is it something else? I had a vision. No one has ever shared my visions before. What do you think caused it? These things have something to do with your destiny or the fate of someone related to you. And I have an answer, only advice: seek out such relics. Look for what links them all, and you will know the truth. That's it with the storyteller. Nenio sits by the storyteller because of knowledge. Ember. She sees so many happy faces today. She's fucking maniac. That witch. Plan.
Move out.
Plan is making jokes. Jerno. Volgiev. Horus Gwer. Three cheers for the commander. Answer my questions. Where are the male shirts? Zui Sports, thanks for the follow. What mythic pet I'll be doing? I don't know. I decide everything along the way. I never plan anything when I play CRPGs. Alright, I just have my starting build in mind and then I plan along the way as I see fit. No matter how many different playthroughs of CRPG, any CRPG I play, I never follow a specific build. Ever. Just what I like, that's what I take. Queen is expecting you. Wilter Garms. This is a quartermaster. Camp quartermaster at your service. Tell me about yourself. Born in Canambras, humble family. Made some money, built a house, started a family. Went outside of the city, then came back. What are your duties in the camp? Make sure everyone is equipped. What do the soldiers think of their new commander? They tell tales about your unusual power. Show me what you got. Yeah, here we go. Here we fucking go. Oh man. Bad so far. Masterwork Kelvin Curve Blade. Not bad at all. I'm gonna check the weapons with companions later on, see who needs what, same as accessories and similar bullshit. What happens now? I need to go to the tent. Jernog. Have you joined the crusade?
Head on!
What's the main tent? This one. Kitty Dresden. Show it all. I haven't failed a single quest. Nice. Wait for the liberation of Kenebres. Kaelisa will strike soon. Make it to Dresden. The last chapter to complete the quest. Find more items that belong to Terendelev. Visit the nameless ruins. Visit the abandoned Houndheart's camp. Now that traveling Kenebres is the best, it's time to visit the camp. Wipe out the bands of cultists. Find the last relic of the Crusaders. Storyteller 6 pages. Ask Irabet how the scabbard for her family heirloom sword ended up. I can't speak with Irabet now.
No one
First we need to
stands in
deal
my
with the
way.
queen inside. Queen Galfrey. Social. That's my stash. My stash, where are my books? more garbage. A little extra. Yotter Hogblade. The Queen greets you with a stare. She draws the pumper stare with which she just announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move and now awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review.
Fucking finally
but I do not
voice
expect
acting.
they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds. I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the
Thanks for
start.
the follow.
The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation. A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziel Vainik.
Did I just got a cleric in my team? That's why Oracle leaves us, okay? Because we receive another healer in cleric.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons! I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it!
Can they make you more irritating, I wonder?
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
That will be the cleric.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
Did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Warstone?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomade's herald erected the first wardstone in Canobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomade easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works. In any case, I am glad you did not allow the demons to commit sacrilege and gain control over the wardstone in Canobris. We might have lost one of the wardstones, but the chain is still standing.
We met a Defender's Heart and never imagined make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it. However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
You should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Kenabres. In a vision I saw the death of an agent called Lariel. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on this special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
Show the covenant of the Inheritor. Do you remember this?
This. I thought this relic was destroyed many years ago. How strange it is to see it whole again. At one time, it gave me hope. I am pleased that this object will serve the crusade once more.
You still remember the Otis Horn battle?
Always. No matter how arduous, no matter how dark the skies, no matter how much blood flows from my wounds, I shall stand with you. We shall fight for our loved ones and our friends, for the right to live and die free. We shall do everything we possibly can, and after that, we shall begin to do the impossible. And if the hour should come when our arms can no longer raise our swords, our bodies will become a shield to cover those who still have strength to fight. I, Golfrey, Queen of Mendev, swear this to you. This is my vow.
You withstood a blow from Arilu Vorlesh in that battle.
I would proudly declare that to be true, and say that even Arilu Vorlesh could not kill me on her first attempt. But to do so would be boasting. I was protected by my goddess. However, I was glad to see that, no matter how great the betrayer of humanity's power, it is nothing as compared to Iomede's might.
Had a vision of Iomede giving her covenant to you.
I was young, and did not fully understand the magnitude of the duty that had been entrusted to me. Iomede gave me hope and strength to see me through the trials ahead, and in so doing, she won my everlasting loyalty.
Give her the covenant of the Inheritor. Take this gift. The covenant of the Inheritor should belong to you.
Let the Covenant's restoration into my hands be a good omen for this war. I thank you. I shall ask the priests to offer prayers for you, that Iomede may send you strength and fortitude in the coming battles.
And what are you gonna do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Ask you to remain with us. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the Crusade and the blessing of Yomede that you carry may be decisive in this battle. As the Church of Yomede really spends so much effort prolonging your life, Queen, just so you can watch the battle from the rear. You're the living banner of the Crusades, and your duty is on the front lines. Lawful.
It's been a long time since anyone tried to talk to me quite like that. Like an interrogator at a trial. I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev. But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen, and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito. Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
You wanna tell me we got a queen companion with us? Some questions about my missions to retake Dresden.
Of course. I shall answer.
How did they conquer Dresden?
That's a good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying tongue was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after. Ever since then, for 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss.
I saw him in the Grey Garrison. He defected to the demon's side.
Oh, really? I wasn't informed of this. After Dresden fell because of Staunton, he was nearly sentenced to death. He deserved it. In wartime, men are hanged for far less. But you have no idea what a terrible sight it is. A raging crowd of crusaders baying for blood. Never have my fighters looked so much like the demons we are fighting. I commuted Staunton's sentence and stripped him of his rank. Not just for him, but for my army and my country. We are not Hell Knights. We do not maintain discipline with public executions.
The best is the best. The best is the best.
The past is given to us to learn from, and to avoid making the same mistakes. But you're right about one thing. I am sure we shall hear more from this twice-turned traitor.
What forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit. These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, That is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
In decades, no one managed to retake the city. Why do you think we're different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris. We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
What about the long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed.
Let me see the chat. You write a lot. Would I recommend a caster for the first run? No, I wouldn't. Because demons resist fire, electricity. It's extremely hard. And I wouldn't recommend a caster for a newcomer at all. For Kingmaker, yes. For Breath of the Righteous, no. The real Lindsay. Yeah.
The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold, the very threshold of the Abyss. Wonderful.
Desk is clear.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable. Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty.
He won't leave us.
In truth, I was readying myself
He
to
won't leave
depart.
us.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
I'm thinking about something right now, you know, and it's really an amazing game. Amazing game. From the start till this moment, everything was amazing. Every simple mechanic to the most complicated mechanics, from classes, subclasses, options in conversations, options of how you want to do quests, where you want to go first, what you want to do first, picking companions, playing with mercs, going solo. And it's just the beginning. And that same beginning took me so far.